All right, hey yogis and friends. Some of you may know that we are just kind of figuring things out as we go in this journey to virtual filming with you. Um, we had a beautiful studio set up, and then we were really informed that it's best just to stay home, right? Even something as small as touching a doorknob just isn't worth the risk right now for yoga, right? We can do yoga anywhere. It doesn't have to happen in the studio or in a bubble. But I do know that these next few weeks or maybe months will confirm what I've always known, which is there's something really special about a studio. If you find yourself missing that, it's okay. But for now, this is where we are. This is my home. There's our play tent. There might be some Mickey Mouse figurines laying around. My dog might bark. But this is my practice, and I'm happy to have you here with me. I just got back from a run and a quick workout in the park, and now I'm going to do a stretch, 30-minute stretch. Happy to have you along. So you don't need anything other than a yoga mat. You don't have a yoga mat. Towel is just fine. And we will start laying down on our backs. So give yourself this moment just to clear away the space around your mat. And also to clear the space in your mind. You're like, how the hell do I do that? Right? There's a lot to think about right now. You could imagine all of those little thoughts like fall leaves. And then take a deep breath in. And exhale out your mouth like a leaf blower. Right? The leaves don't go away, the thoughts don't go away, but we just send them back to where they belong, right? Away from our yoga mat for now. You can take as many of those as you need. Know that the winds and the elements may bring these busy thoughts back in, and that's okay. Anytime you feel one of those thoughts coming in, you can acknowledge it, you can see it, and you can clear it for just a little while. Good. Take one more breath. Nice. Please reach up overhead. Don't worry about your form right now. Just reach, reach, reach. And keep your feet on the floor, knees bent. Interlace your hands, bring them back behind your head for a moment, and try to bring your pinkies down to the ridge of your skull. Take a big breath in, press your head back into your hands. And as you exhale, just draw your elbows toward one another and very gently give your neck a little tug. So you're just pulling your chin towards your chest very gently. Then inhale, lean back again, maybe even use your pinkies to dig into that muscle underneath the ridge of your skull. Then exhale again, draw your elbows toward one another, a little gentle tug, and this time draw your chin towards your left shoulder. Inhale back and exhale, elbows toward one another, resting your head in your hands, chin toward right shoulder. Inhale back and continue to lay your head onto your hands, so just like you're laying in a hammock. As you exhale, extend your legs long. Take a big breath in. And exhale, start to draw your left elbow toward your left hip. So just a little bit at first, and if you'd like to take this deeper, walk your feet over to the left. So you're making your body like a banana. You could even take your right foot and crisscross it outside of your left. So just taking some length into the right side body. Breathe. Come on, back to center, unwind. And then exhale over to the right. Same thing, body like a banana, left foot can cross over the right. You're just opening into left side body, left rib cage. Breathe. Good. Release back to center. Unwind. Just turn off to whatever side you choose. It doesn't matter. And come all the way onto your belly. Walk your elbows in underneath your shoulders and let your forearms be parallel or parallel-ish to one another. And take a moment, just circle out your head and neck. Good. And then lift your right elbow. Slide your left arm underneath your right, turning your left palm up. And as you start to come down, you're going to feel a tug on the outer left shoulder. Pause, pick your left shoulder up and move it away from your left ear, and then keep on coming in. So this might be plenty, right? If you're getting a pretty sufficient stretch here, you can stay here. Or crisscross your right arm over to the left and turn your right palm up. You can stay here, or you can come onto your toes, shift forward a little bit, and soften your forehead down to your yoga mat. Take a few breaths. And keep the shape in your arms. Lift up so that your elbows come by your wrists and your forearms are completely parallel to one another. Just pause here for a moment. Lift your chest, lift your gaze lightly. And then we'll change. So left arm reaches forward, right arm slides under. You're taking that right shoulder really away from your right ear and either just staying there or crisscross left arm over to the right and maybe shift forward. Come up. Keep your left arm in front of your right. Push up onto your forearms. Pause. Breathe. And unwind your forearms to parallel again. Take your left hand towards your right wrist. Roll left lightly to your left side and reach back and grab your right foot with your right hand. So you can stay like this. And if it's pretty hard for you to touch your foot, you can always use a little towel, or if you have a yoga strap you can use that. If this is very doable, bring your hips back down. It's still very doable. Point your chest more forward. If it's still very doable and you know this position, you're welcome to take your right hand and start to spin the fingers to point forward. You'll get a little bit more into the right side of your chest. Breathe. One more breath. And then release this side and side two. So right forearm angles over toward left wrist. Turn onto your right hip. Reach back and grab your left foot with your left hand. If this is enough, stay here. Or bring your hips to the ground. Or spin your hand to face forward. Called Bekasana, frog pose, and breathe. And release your foot if you got it. And push up to all fours. Keep your toes tucked. Yogis, I'm going to continue to advocate for us all to sit on our heels every day and stretch out our feet, right? We're not walking probably nearly as much as we should. We're not doing the variety of movement that we should in our day-to-day life. So as much as you can, sitting on your heels. If this is too intense, you can sit forward a little bit more. If it's still too intense, come more like all fours. Wherever you are, take 3 more breaths. Good. And shift forward again to all fours. Turn the tops of your feet back to your yoga mat. Walk your right hand out to the right. Come onto your fingertips and just start to roll underneath your left arm. And you might start right here, right? I'll turn and face you for this. You might start right here, or you might find you can keep rolling underneath a little bit more. Take one breath, and exhale down and around. And same thing, you might just come here, or you might keep reaching for a big breath. Exhale down and around. And take one more each side. And finding all fours, tuck your toes, shift your hips back, and find downward facing dog. Your knees can absolutely be bent, your heels can absolutely be lifted. Doesn't matter what you choose as far as that goes. Shift around a little bit. Again, this is a stretch. Your down dog doesn't have to be super precise. Shake your head out, find movement. One more breath. And walk your feet forward to your hands. Bend your knees a lot, so much that your chest lays on your thighs. And just notice where your head is in space, however many inches you are away from the floor. From that position, start to straighten your legs only as much as you can without lifting your head up away from the floor. Right? So we want to keep that head coming closer and closer to the floor. If your head starts to lift away from the floor, you've come too far. Pause and breathe. We're just going to repeat the same thing we did kneeling. I'm going to turn to face you for this. Walk your right hand out to the right. Reach your left arm toward the upper left corner of your mat and just roll underneath any amount. Notice I'm bending my right leg. Big breath. And then unwind. Side two. Big breath. And unwind. So whatever hand is on the ground, that knee bends. Side one, big breath. And unwind. Side two, big breath. And unwind. And then walk both hands all the way over outside of side one. So for me, that's the right side. Just give your hips a little sway. And then both hands all the way over outside of side two. For me, that's the left side. Give your hips a little sway. Gentle roll back to center. And all the way up to standing. Shoulders down. Beautiful, yogis. Take a nice wide stance. Big inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to your yoga mat. Turn your toes lightly in, heels out, and bend into your left knee. I'm going to mirror you now. So bend into your left knee. Pause and breathe as you set your bum all the way down. Right? If that was really hard for you, keep working it. That transition should be something you can do. Bend the sole of your left foot in towards your right inner thigh. Take a big inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, bring your left hand down by your left hip, and your right hand can either come inside of your right leg or outside of your left leg. You can look whichever direction you want. A couple breaths. Inhale back to center, reach your arms up. As you exhale, interlace your fingers, bring them behind your head. Bring your left elbow this time towards your left knee. And this might be where you hang out. And you could even pile up some yoga blocks or a bolster, or some soup cans, whatever you've got. Or your left elbow could come all the way down to your right elbow could come all the way down to your right shin or the earth, whatever you choose. Or your left arm could reach over your head. Breathe. And coming back up to center. Walk your hands to frame your right foot, so the extended leg. Just doing that, your body's going to have to naturally shift. Your knees will have to bend and move. Eventually, you'll end up with your left knee down, your hands framing your right foot. Pause here. Walk your hands forward even more. Lift onto the ball of your left foot, taking your left knee up off the ground and pause, right? And just shift forward so much that your left toes can come up off the ground and then set them back down. So it's just a little shifting forward and back. One more. Forward and back. Pause. Walk your right foot all the way outside of your right hand. Lower your left knee and turn the top of your left foot flat. If this is too intense, you can tuck your left toes at any point. Otherwise, staying here, maybe with the top of your left foot down, you lift your left knee up. Bend your chest forward. open into the front of that left hip. And I even like to come up onto my fingertips and really extend forward. A couple breaths. What you're doing is release the knee down and angle your left shin over to your right. Step back again. You'll be in that same side lunge position we've already been in. One more breath here. And then shift forward onto your left shin. Bring the sole of your right foot to your yoga mat. This is also something we've already done. You'll walk your right hand forward, left palm turns up and slides underneath as you come onto the outside of your left shoulder. Rotate and breathe. Remember to keep your left ear away from your shoulder. Chin can tuck more toward the chest. Unwind, come back to center. Find all fours and take a cat and cow. Good. And there's no fancy way you have to do this. Simply tuck your toes, shift back towards your heels, take your knees up. This is a nice little toe squat here, also with knees lifted. And, we say this like it's easy. It doesn't have to be easy. It might not be easy. You keep your hands on the ground. You can bring them up onto your thighs. You can sit up nice and tall. Great place to work balance for one more breath. And then send your bum back, your heels down, and just straighten your legs any amount. It doesn't have to be very much. So just for reference, I'm pretty flexible, right? And even me with my knees this deeply bent, I'm getting a nice release into the backs of my hamstrings and my entire posterior chain. One more breath. And rolling your way up. Turn to the side. Big breath in. Fold down. Toes turn out. Bend into your left knee. Set your bottom all the way down. And I said bend into your left knee. I didn't mean bend into your right knee. And bring your right foot to your left inner thigh. Good. It's hard without any live bodies that mirror correctly. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, reach your right hand to the outside of your right hip, and your left hand can come to your inner left thigh. That might be plenty, or towards your outer right thigh. Breathe. Coming back to center, inhale, extend. Exhale, interlace your hands. Bring them back behind your head. Take a big breath. And exhale, start to tip left elbow toward left thigh. You can just kind of hang out. If that feels too intense, prop yourself up on something, right? Let your elbow touch something. Or if you feel like you have space, you can keep reaching, and your right elbow or your right hand could come towards your left foot. Good, rise up. I love to have my yogis kind of crawl around on the ground. So that's all we're going to do here. We're just crawling toward your left foot, right? Framing your left foot with your hands. You're just going to give yourself that little rock back and forth. So eventually lifting your right leg a little as you rock forward and then setting it back down. So it's getting a little bit more deeply into that left hamstrings. One more time. And then eventually setting it down, crawl your left foot outside of your left hand. Lower your right knee. You can stay here, toes tucked, knee down. Or you can flatten your foot with the knee down. Or you can flatten your foot and lift your knee for a couple breaths. Release down. Angle your right shin back over to the left and mix it on. Back, 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 back. Take a big breath in. And then rise onto your right shin as you exhale. Coming up, this is a variation of gate pose. You can stay here. Left arm walks forward. Right arm slides under. You might just be pretty far upright. Or you might come down a little more and create that space between your ear and shoulder as you come in. The more you shift your hips back toward the right, the more you're getting the space in the back of your right shoulder blade. Going back to center, find your all fours position. You give yourself a couple more cat cows. Check our time here. I promised you 30 minutes, so we're not going to go too much longer. Good. And then sit back towards your heels. Again, toe squats, beautiful, or not, up to you. Eventually, you'll rise to standing on your knees. Take a big breath. And as you exhale, just reach your left hand back for your left heel. Right? That might be like, whoa, that's a lot. Or maybe your right arm also reaches up over your ear. One more breath. Half camel. And exhale, release, and bring it around. Same thing, second side. Right hand to right heel. Big inhale. And exhale, bring it around. And just go side to side. In and out. In and out. This is especially good if you're sitting a lot. I know I'm talking about it like every class I teach, but I'm witnessing it in my own house. My husband's working from home on a laptop, sometimes on the sofa with his kids on top of him. Unwind back to center. Then you're just going to let your hips come down to the right and swing your left leg round in front. Find your shins as parallel as they can be. They do not have to stack, and your knees can be high. That's fine. Place your hands next to your pelvis. Lift your hips up and shift them lightly back, tucking your pubic bone a little bit downward. It's already going to start to fold you forward. That might be plenty. Or you could fold forward a little bit. Or option 3, taking this into a twist. Left elbow grounds on the earth, and you can just rest the side of your head on your hand. Or right hand can come to your right thigh. You can give yourself a little boost toward an opening. Or final option, hands could press into prayer as you ground into the earth and open a little more. Unwind to center. It's going to change the crossing of the legs. Totally normal for this side to be different. Give yourself a little wiggle. Shift your pelvis back. Find yourself already moving forward. You can just prop yourself here. Or you can bring your right elbow to the mat and just rest your right cheek in your hand. Or your hands can come to a little prayer. And that can help you rotate. You're not like cranking into your low back. That's never the goal of any twist. Expand into your chest, find a long posture, and just twist as much as you need to feel sensation. It doesn't have to be a very deep sensation. Take one more breath. And come back to center. Come on down to your back. So those swirling leaves are going to want to make their way back onto your yoga mat. Try to take a couple deep breaths. Let them continue to clear. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Let your knees just fall over to your left. You might feel already a little length into your outer right hip, or you might choose to crisscross your left foot onto your right thigh. Right there. I like to reach my arms up overhead. You might take those hammock arms, right, that we already took, so just resting your head on your hands, giving your chin a little lift away from your chest. Unwind back to center. I call this windshield wiper twist, right? Both knees over to the right and maybe crisscross. Right ankle to left thigh. Breathe. Come all the way down onto your back. Release your hands from behind your head and just feel your pelvis very heavy on your yoga mat. Adjust your shoulders as needed. If it helps you to close your eyes, please do. And all you're doing is breathing down, down, down. Right, so down into the belly. Each inhale, belly expands. Each exhale, belly surrenders down toward your back. One of the beautiful things about this time, and I think there are beautiful things everywhere all the time, but one of the beautiful things is it's really just draws to light what's important, right? Like normally if I were filming a yoga class, I'd think about what I was going to wear and how my makeup was going to look. And I was just like, who the hell cares? Nobody cares. But we shouldn't. Like, who cares if my bra looks good? This connection within ourselves and to each other is what matters. We can do that no matter what we look like today. So as you start to kind of rake up your leaves now and collect all your thoughts, there are going to be some of those leaves that maybe you want to like take home and make into a leaf rubbing and really focus on. But there are going to be some that you want to put right into the compost, just like this just no longer matters. It is no longer relevant. So collecting the thoughts that you'd really like to work on today, those that need your attention, and letting go of those that don't need your time, aren't worth your time. And as you're ready, stretch long on your yoga mat and draw your knees into your chest and turn off to your side and press your way up. Hmm. So by the way, I have this like really cool sports bra that is a nursing sports bra. So it's just about the best looking bra that ever was. So if any of you guys out there have like a really good looking nursing sports bra, send it my way and I will, wear it in the video. My bra will look better. But yeah, until then, who cares, right? We're all feeling good. Hopefully you're feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm going to go rejoin my family. I'm so grateful to anybody who's able to join me and practice with me. We'll continue to work together. I just find it to be so valuable for me, for my team, for our studio, and for what we hope to see in the world when we're back out in the world again. Namaste. Peace, yogis.